I never know.
Ready?
Mark, why are you?
It's a joke.
That's not funny. Mark is at home ill right now. He is ill, and you think it's funny.
But he's with you in spirit.
He's not with us in spirit because I asked him if he wanted to do that. I asked him if he wanted to do the show on Zoom.
Yeah.
And I got no response from him.
Okay, then he's just dead to us then.
Yeah. So Thursday.
So he's not a trooper after all.
Sunday he was okay because we were out having a drink.
Yeah.
Right before the Bears game.
Right.
Then tell me if this isn't. This could be real. Then he watched the Bears play Sunday night, and he watched them lose.
And he fell violently ill soon afterwards.
Yes, and he fell violently ill almost immediately. And he seemed angry. You know how like if you're not feeling well and you don't have like that positive feeling, you can make yourself sick or you can get yourself sick by being in like a negative situation or something.
Well, it's like the Snickers commercial. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Right.
Grab a Snickers bar.
Right. So I think his problem is Caleb Williams.
Well, he loved him. Loved him a couple of months ago.
And he hates Caleb Williams and he hates Matt Eberflus, the coach of the Chicago Bears. For everybody who's in a whole nother place, Chicago Bears play football, and they've sucked for a long time, and they've had terrible coaching and terrible quarterbacks, and it hasn't improved immediately right away, and people are upset.
It hasn't improved in game one.
It has not improved in game one nor in game two.
Who else is 0-2? Obviously, the Panthers.
I don't want to talk sports. I hate sports.
Okay,
yeah, fuck sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck football. Honestly, it's actually as much as I want the Bears to play or Caleb Williams to play well because I think he's gonna. I honestly feel like it's actually funnier when teams play poorly and the people just like overreact like their kid just got a terrible disease, right? The Giants are 0-2. Oh my God! It's like, how's your kid? How the fuck should I know? I don't give a shit.
And don't forget, even the biggest losers there are still getting paid millions of dollars. So it's not like they're living.
Well,
it's not
who
they're living.
cares about them?
Yeah, they're not living under a bridge or something.
No, I mean it's the fans. It's the fans that lose their minds.
Yeah.
You almost feel bad for them. Like we watched a game yesterday and the team won at the last minute. The team that wasn't as good, they won at the last minute. And all I was thinking is there's going to be one set of people that's so angry and they're going to be really mad and they're going to be pissed off all week until their team gets another chance to play. And it just
and they can repeat the process all over again. That's good, yeah.
Dude, it's almost crazy. All right, let's do a couple of things here. If you're listening anytime soon, because we're doing this on September 17th, the Great American Beard and Mustache Championship starts on, I believe it's Friday, September 21st in Detroit, Michigan. So if you're listening, you got nothing going on, head over there. And Thursday, the 19th, the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship is being held. And remember our friend Heather, who was on, Heather and Valerie. Heather's there in Spain, and so we're going to wish her some good luck.
Yeah, good luck to her.
Yeah, I sent out some Instagrams and some TikToks and some. I'm not on Twitter because Twitter is for I don't even understand it anymore. I mean, Twitter
isn't it X now?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
we'll just call it Twitter. It is, call it what it is. You know what? I can take a nice big shit in the middle of a room, and I can call it anything I want in the whole wide world, but it's still a giant pile of shit.
So on a side note, I didn't know this. I guess I just read the other day. Elon Musk has up to 20 bodyguards with him at all times, and his code name is Voyager. I'm not kidding.
He seems like the kind of guy that would have to have a code name of super attractive guy with massively large penis. I just feel like he's so vain that's what he's got to have.
Well, he offered to give Taylor Swift a child. I mean, so he's
dude. Did you? I mean, yeah.
Because she referred herself as a childless cat lady. I'm not going to get into politics, but because that's what the talking point for that J.D. Vance, I think, the vice president, nominee.
I mean, just a dumb thing to say.
So he basically said, well, she's a childless cat lady. I'll help her.
He did.
And he does have 10 kids already. Plus,
God, all by different women, I'm guessing.
There's a few partners, different partners.
Oh God,
but it's not like he can't afford it, right? I mean, he is.
I honestly, I don't
second
know.
or third richest man in the world.
So. Oh yeah, he's going to be a first trillionaire. They say.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I could imagine something worse than having sex with Elon Musk, or even being in a room where he offers you sex. He's just like, hey, I'd love to be in the room with him and Taylor Swift, and she just jokingly says that, and for some reason he goes, I'd be more than happy to give you a kid. And just to see the look on her face, like as she just starts to vomit.
I guess when you got $1 billion, that changes the calculus. I mean, so you just got to take one for the team, I guess, right? So.
Oh man, I you know what? Here's the thing. I'm a whore. if he offered me a certain amount of money, I would have his child. So I know how that would be. So I'm not going to disparage anyone who's had sex with him.
Yeah.
But it had to be awful. I mean, it had to be truly a horrifying experience. Because I'm guessing he's mostly talking about himself.
He's got $1 billion.
Yeah, that doesn't make sex with him better. Yeah. It absolutely doesn't
just
make
like
sex with him better.
Just like when we said last week, he goes, "How can you shake hands with that murderer, O.J. Simpson?" He goes, "That murderer ran for 11,000 yards."
No,
with all due respect,
I completely get it. I mean, here, Elon Musk sent out a thing. I think it was Sunday night after Trump got shot, and he goes, they shot twice at my guy, I believe was what it was, and no one shot it at the other people yet.
Yeah,
kind of like I'm like, are you saying it's time to get even now? Like, what are you even saying? Listen. I don't love
assassins are 0 for 2 against Trump and 0 for 0 attempts against the other team.
So. I don't really like any politicians. Yeah. There's some I dislike more. That's really what it is. That's just a level of dislike. Yeah. But I don't want to. Again, I've said this before. I don't want him shot. Listen. If you don't want to be president, don't vote for him.
Right.
Or if you don't want Harris to be president, don't vote for her. But don't shoot somebody. I mean, what the hell is wrong with everybody?
We got to do it the Russian way. You just got to accidentally fall out a window or, have an unfortunate
That's not accidental.
Incident.
That's
what?
All you have to do is
crazy.
All you have to do is do something wrong, do anything wrong with the army, and then you're going to get a nice penthouse apartment, and then you're just going to want to see what's down there.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Everybody's just like, what's all the way down?
What's about exploring? Just exploring your living arrangements.
That seems so crazy. All right, so Teddy, you are on day 4 of your new health regimen. Is that correct?
It was Sunday, Monday. Yeah, day 3.
Day 3 of your new health regimen.
Yeah.
And can I share why you started this?
Sure.
Okay. So Friday, we're having a drink at the bar, and I told Teddy that he was fat. I did. I told him he was fat, and I said you got to get in shape. And then you gave me, an hour soliloquy on the perfect workout and that you were going to join a gym.
Yep.
And start eating healthy. So what gym have you joined?
Haven't joined one yet. So the game plan is this. Here's the game plan. Do the cleanse for a week, and then sign up with Planet Fitness. I already got my pre-workout powder. I got my post-workout protein drink. And then the hard part's just going 3 to 4 times a week.
So you
consistently
bought your amino acids.
It's like
you bought your weight gainer 2000.
Some type of stimulant. It's like some type of. It's not really a amino acid, but it's the equivalent of like 400 milligrams of caffeine. I guess it's just really.
My God.
Yeah, and you shake it up with water and you drink it like about 20 minutes before your workout. Then I got the protein powder that I could just have a protein shake after as my post workout.
So you have everything you need to work out,
except the actual workout.
And all you need to do is start actually working
out. Yeah, that's the hard part.
Okay, so where will you be? Because we could use them as a sponsor. Where will you be working?
I'm probably end up at Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a no judgment zone.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's gonna be a lot of other people who are out of shape. And,
yeah. And I'm gonna have to start from zero. I'm gonna just be lifting the bar. Maybe put some weight on, but I'm just going to start at completely zero. So.
It's September 17th today.
Yeah.
Let's throw this out there because you've been talking about joining a gym for almost as long as I've known you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've known each other for 15 years, maybe more? Okay. Yeah. So let's just say for 10 years you've been talking about joining a gym.
Yeah. I mean, I probably was working out at some point when I met you because I said I don't think I've lifted a weight for about 7, 8, 9 years. I don't even remember, but it's been a while. But it hasn't been 15 years. It might as well be, but it hasn't.
Okay, so let's just say it's been 8 years. So you've been talking about joining a gym for 8 years.
Right.
You talk about joining CrossFit.
Yeah.
And we talk to Stan, and he'll laugh about that whenever we're there with Stan. So it's September 17th. What day? And I'll keep everybody updated. Yeah. What day will you be at a gym? Will you be joining your gym? And actually, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Not just paying to go, because I know most of the people at Planet Fitness, Planet Fitness makes their money by the people who sign up. They go one time. Yeah. And then they never go again, and they forget to cancel, and they just keep pulling that money out. That's how most gyms work.
That's what happened to me. I was on an auto pay with what do you call it, Export, and then it took me an act of Congress to finally cancel. But I was paying $35 a month and not going for the longest period of time. But yeah, so the plan is join definitely by next Monday, and go that same day.
So wait a minute, before the next show.
That's right.
You will have joined a gym and we'll start to go
and got one workout in. The most basic workout. Yep. That's the plan. And just see what happens,
Okay, can I just say that I don't necessarily believe that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't prove it to you. I mean, I can show you my Planet Fitness badge whenever I get that, but I can't prove that I actually worked out.
So are you going to work out at the one right by my house?
Yeah, the one in Morton Grove here.
So I can look in the window.
Yeah.
Anytime. So here's what I want you to do, and this is going to be great because I think people are going to like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to text me when you're there, and it's 5 minutes
What if
from
I
my
just
house.
take a selfie and just send it to you?
Why don't you just text me and I'll see it myself? Because I feel like you could take multiple pictures of you in one day. Like you walk in 5 minutes, take a bunch of pictures, and just keep constantly
spread them out
sending
over 5 days, but make it seem like I've been there 5 days instead of one.
I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like that's possible.
I'm not that clever. And plus, I said I'm just cheating myself. And like I said, so the plan is just try to work out from at least late September up through minimum April, before we do stuff outside again. So, but that's the plan. And then probably beyond
And then
that.
just quit then?
No.
Just quit in
No, I
April?
mean, I'd like to see what type of progress I make in 6 months. Because, the human body's pretty resilient. So obviously you got to start at zero, the baseline zero, and then just do the same basic exercises and just get better at those exercises over the course of a few months. And try to eat a little bit healthier. So we'll see what happens.
And then don't forget to take 500 times the normal amount of caffeine.
Yeah, exactly, before the workout. I'm only going to take like half a dose just so I don't, my heart doesn't blow up, so. But yeah, they said it's a pretty powerful stuff. I'm like, what's the most powerful pre-workout drink you can get and has a cool label on the bottle? Yeah, that's the one I want.
I'm actually kind of terrified to think about what you would be like with multiple amounts of caffeine in you.
Yeah.
Because honestly, most of the time I see you, you don't have any coffee and you just have depressants in you, right? I mean, you're drinking heavily, right?
Yeah,
right.
No, I drink coffee in the morning. I get my
Yeah, but
cups of coffee in the morning.
I don't really see you in the morning. I mean, unless we're on a golf trip or something.
Yeah,
I try to stay as far away from you as possible.
Why would you see me? That would be weird.
It would be weird.
I mean, something bad happened. If you see me first thing in the morning, that means someone's out of their routine.
Yeah, I don't even like the concept of that. Okay. Yesterday I finished watching I, Tanya. It's about Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I will tell you this: whether you like her or don't like her, it's worth the watch.
Sure.
What a messed up life she had.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, but she did have that ability to skate, and she did make it to the Olympics. She just kind of went straight off the path a little
So
bit.
here's something I did not know.
Yeah.
She was the first woman ever to do a triple axel in competition.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea that. I mean, when we hear, it's funny because during the whole movie, and it's the woman from, I can never remember her name, Suicide Squad.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
amazingly, plays Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
And she is very similar.
Yeah.
In the way she plays her. And at the end,
well, that's why
she's got all the makeup on it. She looks fat and everything.
That's why they hired her, because
no, I'm telling you, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's really wild because you kind of just think of her as a real piece of garbage, and ultimately she is. She had a tough life.
I never thought. I just thought about it. She was definitely a little bit hillbilly, and she obviously made some bad decisions.
Yeah. I mean, her. I mean, man, she was destined.
She made bad decisions.
She was destined to make bad decisions.
She made bad life. Yeah, she's you could set your watch by it. It's just a matter of time before she makes a bad life choice.
It was
from basically the spouse she chose to the friends she chose to the decisions she made.
It was so bad. It's funny. She when as you're watching this, you just watch her sabotage herself.
Yeah,
and then then immediately say, "Yeah, it wasn't my fault."
Yeah,
it was kind of weird. But so I'm all done with this, right? And I enjoyed it. It took me a couple days to watch. I realize now I find her infinitely more likable than Pete Rose.
Actually, I thought I found her more likable than Nancy Kerrigan. Because that's the one she hit with she had her guy hit with the pipe, and I always thought that Nancy Kerrigan, actually, she was a snake in the grass too. I think she cheated on her manager, who ended up leaving his wife to marry her. So she was no angel either.
Yeah.
So they made her sound like she was pure as a driven stone. She was kind of whiny. She kind of had that Julia
whole
Roberts,
But that whole thing was pretty. I mean,
she got why? She okay. You got hit in the shin with a pipe. It's like you got. It's not like you got dropped off a building or
is that how you equate
or you were holding a pager by the Hezbollah or by the you heard about that one, right?
Yeah.
The pagers that blew up.
Yeah. Okay.
That's clever.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, my whole thing was when I was done watching, I just thought I find her more likable than Pete Rose. After everything I've ever watched about him, I just find him to be so unlikable. I know we talked about him, but as hillbilly and rednecky as she is, no offense, Kentucky, I just didn't find her as horrible as Pete Rose.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about talent is it doesn't mean what kind of person you are. So yeah, Pete Rose had this obviously tremendous ability to play baseball, but if he didn't have that, he would just be another guy, right? A Jag, just another guy who nobody would pay attention to, but because he had 4,000 plus hits, he was somebody.
That's how you become.
But it doesn't mean he was a good person. I mean, the Hall of Fame is filled with people who aren't good people. Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth. They weren't good people in their everyday life. Or other ones I can't think of.
I think. I mean, you know what the problem is he just got. Pete Rose was probably just a little before his time. If he'd have done this 15 years earlier,
yeah, exactly. He was if he was 10 years too late. Like if he would have done this in the 50s and 60s. Did he play in the early 70s?
We would have moved on. Yeah,
he would have gotten the Hall of
80s,
Fame. Yeah,
we would have moved on, and there wouldn't have been any kind of coverage and everything.
But he just finished his career on the cusp of mass media coverage where stuff can get back to you, and that's when the internet first came out. Yeah, so I mean he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But think about it: if Ty Cobb existed today, he wouldn't make it.
He probably wouldn't be a super racist. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he was he was a guy in his time.
Yeah, well, he was a man at his time. Yeah, he grew up in the Deep South in the 1920s, in a very racist environment. So you're asking somebody who's that's in his DNA. Not excusing it, but that's what he was. And that was common back then. I mean, back then it's a different era.
You could be a super racist.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was acceptable.
In
fact, if he were a racist, they'd probably.
To be honest with you, it's moderately acceptable today. All of a sudden. Yeah, that Laura Loomer and
we heard about her. Yeah,
some of the people, Nick Fuentes and some of these pieces of shit.
Yeah,
they embrace it.
Yeah,
yeah, they really do.
Well, I guess if you're gonna go, you might as well go all the way, right? Just keep doubling down, triple down, and
that's quadrupling down, Ted. Yeah. That is
because back in the day, remember when. I remember this. Remember there was a guy. I think his name was Don Imus. He was a radio. He was a radio host. So he was a radio host, and I guess he made some disparaging comments about some African American female basketball players at Rutgers University. And this is when Al Sharpton was in his heyday, and this is before cancel culture was a popular term. So Al Sharpton said, "If you don't apologize, blah blah blah." So Don Imus, he gets on the air. He goes, "I'm sorry, I did it," and he goes, "Nope, that's not good enough. Now we want to take your job and." Ban you and take your sponsorship.
There was a little bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of had a history of all that, and his apology was.
Yeah,
it was. You know what? You can say. Listen, I can say I'm sorry for doing something, and people aren't. Is a believable way to say it. He was like if you just did something bad, he's like, you know what? I feel terrible.
Well, here's the thing too. I mean, you really have to be naive. Okay, when you demand somebody apologize. And they do it just because, they kind of got called out and it's going to be detrimental to them and they apologize. You have to know it's not the most sincere apology out there. It's kind of
yeah. I mean, for Don Imus, it said a lot of things.
I've never heard the guy, his DJ shtick. I just heard about that. I just heard about that. Was he considered like a shock jock or not really?
I don't know.
He wasn't like Opie and Anthony or Mancow or Howard Stern.
Before all that.
Yeah.
He was kind of that guy before all
but he wasn't
before
he wasn't nationally syndicated. He was just like in the local East Coast area.
I think it was New York, so he was pretty big.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the biggest market in the world.
Yeah.
But he was not the greatest guy in the world. And you know what?
Sure.
And when you start saying stuff, man, I mean, you got to think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
You really have to think about what you're saying.
Well, except if you're Elon Musk and you're not canceled. So basically, you do reach a point. You do reach a point where you're uncancelable, right? Because he's never going to get. No one's going to fire him. He owns everything.
Look, if Don Imus owned the radio station, and he couldn't be fired, then you can say whatever you want.
Right.
I mean, if Elon Musk owns everything, if you're the richest guy in the world and you own Twitter, and then you buy it and you say you can do anything on here, well, you're going to get anything, right? There's your thing. But if you're just a regular guy, I mean,
it's different. It is so. It's definitely a double standard. So it goes back to the whole point, like when politicians say, there's no one's above the law or everyone's created equal. We know that's bullshit, right? Because there's plenty of people that are more equal than others. It's like Animal Farm. All animals are equal except some are more equal than others. So it goes back to the original premise. That's all bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, justice for all.
I mean,
everyone's going to be treated the same way.
Yeah, I don't have a closet with all my suits full of gold bars. I don't have that,
Mr. Melendez.
Yeah, I don't have that. So it's nothing is actually equal. All right. Before we get to your tip, I want to do this. I want to be helpful. I keep looking at these astronauts that are stuck in space.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were supposed to be there 8 days. They're going to be there now for 8 months before they get rescued.
What's the reason they're there and they can't bring them back?
Boeing.
Boeing.
The simple reason they cannot get home is that Boeing is a terrible company.
Oh, by the way, I heard the Boeing employees are going on strike too to top it all off.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, why
I mean,
not?
I'm sure the head honchos are all getting paid big money.
Oh, as most CEOs
as
are,
most
so, yeah.
CEOs are, and they want their cut. And they're like, listen, if we can do a shitty job, I'd like to get paid more money to do a shitty job.
Well, has a CEO ever been? Usually, a CEO always still gets rewarded tremendously. Gets a
even if they
handsome
get rid of
package, even if they dump them. Yeah,
The last I was looking at this, the last couple Boeing CEOs have all gotten big money to go away.
yeah.
Yeah, they've all gotten big money to leave.
Yeah.
So I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, did you hear about the Starbucks CEO? I guess like this new guy that they got. I think he was the Chipotle CEO. So this guy lives in New York. He's going to commute from New York to Seattle, like I think daily on his own private jet to be in the office. Right. That's pretty funny, right?
That's Ted. I literally, as soon as this show reaches like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million listeners, I'm automatically going to demand that I get a wagon. This is what I want. I'm gonna live about 4 blocks away from here, okay? And then I'm gonna demand that someone in a red wagon with a really nice seat just pulls
the kids
me up
menu,
to the house.
yeah. The kids
somebody's
wagon,
gotta do
yeah.
it. All right, so let's get this thing rolling here. I guess we'll help out the astronauts next week. Okay, we don't have to do it right now. This is the Real Three Idiots podcast, and happy National Monte Cristo Day. Do you know what a Monte Cristo is?
Yeah, isn't it like a toast like with egg batter on it, and then it's like ham and cheese or something in there?
Yeah, so it's a grilled cheese with turkey and ham, dipped in eggs like French toast. Then it's cooked up. It's covered in powdered sugar,
right?
And then you throw it in the garbage. Because why would anybody eat that? That sounds so gross.
You go into a food coma.
Yeah,
it's on a lot of menus though. Still to this day.
It just seems like one of those things that I would not want to eat ever.
Unless you had the munchies at 2 a.m. and you were just starving. So then,
well, yeah, dude. I mean, I
guess
it's
different.
Well, that's not fair. I mean, at 2 a.m., you're going to eat almost anything.
Imagine yourself at Denny's after a night of drinking, and now you got the munchies. You're going to get moons over my hammy,
dude.
the Grand Slam breakfast.
So we would go
whatever
out.
You get your hands on.
We would go out after playing football. We played flag football. We had a pretty good team, ranked 10th nationally at the time. And after softball and stuff, and we'd go to Denny's and stuff. And there was one guy. He would order we'd go out at 2 a.m. He'd get 4 breakfasts.
Yeah.
And he would eat them in half the time that you would eat your one breakfast.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it before.
He was hungry.
It was so gross.
Yeah.
It literally made me want to puke.
Yeah. Was he like a regular sized guy? Or
He's a regular sized guy.
Okay.
And he's still a regular sized guy. He just, I don't know, maybe he just ate once a week.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's like a snake. He just swallowed like a pig once a week, and it took him 2 weeks to digest it. So
my God, it was so
one heavy
awful.
meal. Yeah.
All right, here, let's get your tip going. Ted's tip is brought to you by Backyard Squirrel Killers Incorporated. BSKI hates squirrels more than you and will do anything legal or illegal to get rid of the squirrels that are destroying your life and keeping you from the happiness you deserve. BSKI knows how quickly a friend or loved one's life can be changed after just one encounter with a squirrel. They have all the tools to help you make terrifying and potentially life-ending encounters with squirrels a thing of the past. Don't spend another day living in fear. Call Backyard Squirrel Killers Incorporated today, and they will come to your house tomorrow doing what God should have done yesterday. Go to bski.com and live the life you've always dreamed of, a life with no squirrels. I honestly, I don't like squirrels either. I really dislike squirrels. All right, are you ready for a tip?
Sure.
Easy tip, short, but very, very poignant. Ted, I'm so desperate, I need your help. I love when they start with that.
Wow.
Every time my family gets together, we end up talking and arguing about the presidential election. I think that's the thing with most families. It's getting super old. I need some ideas to get the conversation away from politics when they start it up. You can save a lot of bad feelings with some good ideas. I really need this. Belinda, 23, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And she adds this. Next month, September 14th, we have the Femme Ale Brew Fest. And I realize now that it's September 17th, so I'm a little behind on reading some of these. I'm sorry, Belinda. If you guys are traveling, you should check it out.
Ooh.
So
Maybe next
can we
time.
just lie and say, yeah, we'll just put that on our calendar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, female brewers, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Or bring the female brewers to us.
Okay, Teddy, help these people. Help Belinda.
All right.
get her family to start talking about something other than politics when politics pops up.
Yeah, so on a side note, I actually read this a while ago. The U.S. election cycle is just way too long. I mean, they already start talking about the next election as soon as the president's elected. Like, who's going to run in, 2024 when the president just was elected in 2020. Like, for example, South Korea, their whole election cycle to elect the president is 2 weeks. 2 weeks out of that and whatever term they.
In North Korea, it's 1 day.
It's 1 day.
1 day for North Korea,
and that was 20 years ago, and they haven't talked about it since.
And he's just like, I run. You vote.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah. So problem solved. Yeah. So part of the reason is I think there's just way too much media saturation coverage, and they make it way more important than it needs to be because, like I said, the bottom line is this: unless you're a certain segment of the population in terms of economics, whoever the president is doesn't really affect us, right? I mean, like
None.
It doesn't affect my life at all, So yeah, but for some people, I understand it does. Yeah. Here's what I would do. I mean, I just give my stock answer when there's like an incendiary topic that comes up. Just say something like, you obviously can't stop your family from talking politics, but if they try to rope you in, which you can do, you could just say, hey, my life is busy enough as it is. I don't really pay attention to politics. And then when they do bring something up or call you out, like say, hey, what do you think of this politician versus this politician? Give a generic response, which I always like. It's an overall unfortunate situation. Hope everything works out. Just give that generic response. It doesn't favor anybody. And then you could just say something to be silly. You could just say, well, I'm voting. My write-in candidate is the same as it's always been. It's either going to be the Whig Party or the Green Party. Right? Remember the Whig Party was back in the 1800s? Yes. I'm voting for Lyndon LaRouche and James Stockdale, Admiral James Stockdale again.
So that's it. So just come up with something, but no topics. I mean, is there an easy topic to go from politics to this?
Yeah,
like, what could you get to people? I mean, maybe just get people to stop talking. Maybe you say, I'm pregnant again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I mean, is there something you could just throw out there that's so outrageous that people just stop talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about, different current events. You can talk about, I mean, I hate to say it, but you can talk, I mean, I guess it's still politically related. You can start talking about, wars in different countries and just say, hey, relative to what's happening in other parts of the world, we still have it pretty good regardless of who the political parties are, which is true. Because if you notice, nobody's, risking their life. Nobody in America is like throwing away all their shit and trying to swim across the ocean to get to another country, right? Everybody's coming here, right? Or we're walking on foot to get to Denmark or something, So I mean,
that is a good point.
Yeah,
and you can't make it to Denmark from here. Right?
I know. Yeah,
okay.
but the point is, you could just say, well, no matter what you think, the bottom line is this is still the best place to be because most people risk life and limb coming here. Nobody's risking life and limb to go to other parts of the world, at least not that I've heard of. So. Yeah.
I would. You know what? I really like Costa Rica. I don't know if I would risk my life.
Yeah.
But man, I would. I don't know what their politics are.
Yeah.
But it's really nice there.
It's actually funny.
It's really nice.
It's actually funny. So a lot of these, like for example, there's a lot of politicians we see all the time, and they're chronically unhappy, right? Like Bernie Sanders, right? He's always miserable and unhappy. Like
he does.
There's a lot of unfairness, a lot of injustice. I mean, so this guy wakes up, he's just like disgusted to be here. And I always would ask these people, like, okay, well, let me see this. They never answered this question. What's a current country that exists right now that has a better model than us? Like if he just said, hey, if you woke up tomorrow and we had a government like Sweden or Denmark or Austria, it would be a better place.
See, I would rather go to like a country like in Africa and be the guy in charge.
Yeah.
I would rather be like the Idi Amin guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I mean, unlimited power.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these kids with guns. I mean, how much fun would that be? The kids would just do anything with those guns. I mean, it would be it'd be cool to be like superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
like
just throwing that out there.
Like a warlord.
Yeah. I mean, your own warlord.
Your own warlord. Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to be bad. Just because you're giving 8-year-olds guns doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah, you don't
it's
have
what they do with the guns.
You don't have to kill your own population. You could just use it as a
right.
course. You just say, hey, you know what? I'm in charge, and you just impress upon them. You know what? I'm going to make a decision.
Let's have fun.
You're free to challenge that decision, but not that much.
No, I mean. I just think it would be a lot of fun like that. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'll tell you what. I'm always interested in our guests, what they would do to change, the topics and what when you have Ted's tips. And I'm wondering, Mike, if it got to something you didn't want to talk about in your family, like politics or something like that, do you have a sneaky way that you could change the subject?
I just bring something up. I go, okay, move it on.
No,
I don't really worry about it. It is what it is. I'll draw a line, and I'm not going to cross it.
Yeah, you know what? I really, it's one of those things where I just don't want to talk about it, but I don't have like a go-to, I don't know.
It's
Maybe
an unfortunate situation. We hope everything works out.
Okay.
And then just change the subject.
How about I got probed by an alien? Yeah, I'm pretty sure last night I was probed by an alien, and I don't think it was a dream.
Isn't that the rectal thermometer you inserted into yourself?
Yeah. I always laugh at that when they still do it. I'm just like, haven't the aliens learned enough about our anuses? Is there anything else that they could learn about? Maybe in the air. I know. All right. Our guest this week is a world famous. Are you ready for this? This is a long list. Author, photographer, grillographer, and we will get into that, I promise. A grillardin, that's just a fancy word for a grill master, and dare I say, an expert on beer. Please welcome to the show the author of One Beer Grilling, Mike Lang.
Welcome.
Hey.
Wow.
It's a heck of an introduction. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. You've got one of those really cool bios that kind of covers everything. I mean, it's a really neat deal. I mean, and on top of that, you spent 20 some odd years as a police officer?
Yeah, 30 years, yeah.
30 years as a police officer. So I'm watching, it was kind of funny. Before we get into anything, I'm watching your video you made that you posted on your, when you retired. And it was kind of funny. One of the things I saw you do was you took, it's probably a gag, but you took a picture of TJ Hooker off the wall and put it into your box to take off. Do police officers, I mean, do you guys really have stuff like that? You know, those kind of silly things?
Yeah, we all have stupid shit. And I've had Hooker on my wall for well over a decade. Now he adorns the bathroom here in the grill studio with the PR-24 beneath him. So it's a fitting end for his wall career.
Oh, I will tell you this, having seen many episodes of TJ Hooker, the bathroom is probably the perfect place for that. So I agree.
TJ Hooker bath mat. Toilet paper.
Wouldn't that encourage you to miss? That would just encourage you to miss. I feel
or urinal cakes. TJ Hooker urinal cakes.
All right, so Mike, before we get into grilling and beer, the thing that really threw me is how you became a grillographer. How do you get started taking pictures of food on a grill?
It's really back in the mid 2000s, everybody had a blog, and I was taking a trip overseas. And I go, you know what? I'm going to start a blog. And of course, when you're on vacation, you've got something to talk about. But when I get back home, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about. So I always loved to grill dinner. I've always loved photography. One night, a buddy of mine put up a post called "What's on the Grill." I go, "It's a genius idea. I'm going to steal it." And starting on that day forward, I went through and started taking pictures of what's on my grill and numbered them, and away I went.
I mean, the pictures are incredible. Instagram and the stuff that's in the book, One Beer Grilling, is absolutely, it's crazy. I just think, like, on my best day, my food probably tasted pretty good, but probably never looked as good as any of the pictures that you have.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you come up with the idea to do the book?
Actually, the publisher reached out to me. It's kind of funny being in that sort of Instagram, social media space. You get hit on by different publishers from time to time with ideas. And usually I'm like, no, no, no. And this idea landed in my lap. And I was like, at first I was like, no, just because of timing. And then they came back and I said, okay, let's do it. And it was a brilliant idea. And they were able to do the visuals so well, along with all my copy and photography. I just was so happy with it.
Okay. So I got to ask, because you said it, what are some of the ideas that you turned down?
Oh, foil cooking was the one that sticks out to me. Cooking everything in aluminum foil. I'm like, that sounds absolutely horrible. I mean, I would eat something out of foil, but to photograph it, to write about it, that's a hard pass.
So it's just foil. I mean, it's foil closed and it's foil open. That sounds
right.
like,
it's like, woo.
That's what we did when we were Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
completely.
I remember that, and I remember. You know what? The thing I remember is it always sounded good, but it never actually came out as good as you thought it was going to be. Always burned at the bottom, or the scout leaders were drunk and they didn't pay attention to what was going on, and it just never came out very well. All right, so
I had a question. So I actually read this a while ago. It was actually incidental to this interview. So a famous chef said, never make burgers on a grill. He goes, make them in a frying pan. He goes, but you want to grill corn on the grill. And is there any validity to that in your opinion? I don't know why you would say that.
I've done both. I mean, it depends what kind of burger you like. I mean, a smash burger is my favorite kind of burger
Hmm.
on a flat top or on a cast iron skillet, but
Right.
they're also good on a grill. But I would go that way. And corn, yeah, I think I've done corn on a flat top, but I prefer it on the grill.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's what do you like and how do
Yeah.
you want to prepare it and go for it.
Right.
Okay, so one of the things, because I want to stay on the corn, one of the things that I saw in your book was corn ribs,
Yeah.
and you cut it right off the cob, right, and it's a hunk of corn. That, I mean, that is, it looks. Oh man, my mouth is watering.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely amazing. I
It
mean,
is funny. Yeah. I mean, you basically take a corn of the cob and you cut it into eighths. So that way you've got manageable pieces. A one cob equals 8 pieces. It turns into a kind of a rib.
Hmm.
And then you just grill that and it grills really fast, like 6 minutes total. And then the best part about it is you can eat it with one hand.
Mm.
And, for me that wants to have a clean hand for my beer and my phone,
Mm.
I'm always want to eat with one hand. So I can now have corn with one hand. And it's fantastic.
See, I'm fasting this week, so this is making me like really hungry. Just
Oh, yeah.
thinking about all this. Right?
yeah.
I'm glad I'm
So
not
so
looking at
poor
that book,
Teddy,
yeah.
poor Teddy is. I made fun of him a couple days ago about being fat, and now he's gone full circle, and now he's not eating. So we're going to talk about food, and he's going to be very distracted and say random things.
Yeah.
So do not be surprised if that
I'm gonna
happens.
be punch drunk by the end of this interview here. So
All right, so you've taken pictures for Weber, and in their book, and I'm gonna go ahead and just hold up because I think every human being in the world who grills has the Weber's Big Book of Grilling. They got to have that, right? I'm sure.
Oh, yes, that's a classic.
And then the Barbecue Bible by Stephen Raiklen, right? Everyone has those two things. And I saw
Yeah.
I saw on one of your posts that's your book. So as you're getting into this and you're doing this, I mean, people have done a lot of things. How do you come up with new and unique things so that what you're doing is special and kind of not kind of following along with what everybody else is doing?
Yeah, and just to clarify, the Big Book of Grilling wasn't mine. I contributed recipes to the most recent Weber book, and then also
right.
took photographs or part of another. But nonetheless, back to your question, it's hard, and a lot of times I'm inspired by going out, by having someone else do the heavy lifting, and then think, you know what, they would never grill this, but how would I put this on the grill? And that's probably one of the biggest sources of inspiration that I get, because I can be traveling at home or on vacation, and there's always something different you wouldn't think about. I kind of make a note and go back and give it a shot.
So that's one of the things I was thinking about is you have some really unique things that people don't really think about. Like one of the things in the book was side dishes. And I looked, and it was kind of funny because I'm looking at the reviews for your book as I'm going through all the stuff. And one of the reviews for your book said that your planked mashed potatoes, it said Mike's planked mashed potatoes changed my life.
They are good.
Okay, so how do you come up with something that is clearly something you make in a pot on the stove? How do you come up with the idea to do it on the grill?
Well, planking, I love to put things on a plank. I always thought they were a forgiving way of cooking. So if you're kind of new at the grill, it's very easy to put wood on there to kind of help the cooking process a little bit. And once I had that going, I kept thinking, well, what else could I put on there? So potatoes was an easy one, and I did like scallop potatoes, but then mashed potatoes was the easiest, and that just kind of it rolls from there.
And see now I've never cooked with planking before.
now is that like so? Just for us amateurs out there, what exactly is a wood like plank? Is it like a cutting board? Like what's it look like? What is a plank?
It's basically a food safe piece of wood. It could
Okay.
be any species from cedar to red oak to
Right.
maple to hickory.
Yeah.
And you put your food on the plank, and the plank goes on the grill.
Okay.
And it's another way of adding flavor to what it
Ah.
is you're preparing.
And how thick is the plank normally? Would you
It's
say?
about a quarter of an inch usually.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man!
Gotcha.
And so that plank is.
I didn't even
and
know that.
again, I've never done it,
Yeah.
and I don't think I've ever had anything that's done it. You get the wood flavor into the food.
Oh yeah. The kicker is you want to actually grill the plank first to get it to smolder and take on heat. Then flip it over, put your food on that cook side of the plank in air quotes, and then continue to cook. And as it cooks, it's going to smolder, and most certainly whatever's on it will take on that flavor.
Yeah, see, I always thought that if you had wood pellets, that's what gives it the flavor. But so you're just talking about, so you can actually get the wood flavor with just cooking with like charcoal per se, but you're using
Right.
the plank. Okay, yeah,
Right.
interesting. See,
All right,
And
so
cedar plank salmon's probably the biggest example of something that's planked.
right, right, gotcha.
yeah, I've heard of that. I've actually heard that a million times. But when I saw the cedar planked mashed potatoes,
Yeah,
I mean, I love potatoes.
Yeah.
I that was one of the things I'm like, I got to get it. And so, and you guys have, I saw somewhere your name. I think it was, oh man, wood fire grilling, where you can get planks and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, Wildwood Grilling, out
Wildwood
of
Grilling, that's it.
Sandpoint, Idaho. Hmm.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool because you guys have all kinds of supplies and stuff that you can get to help
Yeah.
you grill. I mean,
Yeah, they actually do a lot of private label plank work for like Whole Foods and some other companies. They'll make the planks, they put their labels on them and everything. It's a family-owned business. They're North Idaho, almost to the Canadian border. They're such good people, and their product is so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you wouldn't expect to get, you wouldn't think about barbecue, think of like Texas, right, or somewhere in the South. You wouldn't think about like northern Idaho, so to speak. So
Yeah.
so you got to go off the beaten path. So that brings me to my next question. So have you ever gone to like, even though you're kind of a professional, obviously, have you ever gone to like say barbecue places like Incognito just to say I want to see what they have, like what they're doing, like what's their method of operation or protocol? And then have you ever been like impressed by something like, oh, I didn't know, wow, this tastes really good, this is pretty unique, and then get some tips from whatever the locals, whatever local barbecue place that might be off the beaten path?
It's funny. No, to answer your question, no.
Okay.
Number one, they would have no idea who I was anyways.
Yeah,
But
sure.
when I am traveling, I'll try to hit barbecue spots anyways because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's not, I like barbecue, but it's not something I would go crazy. I've got friends that will go on barbecue journeys and hit everywhere.
Right.
That's never been me. I like it, like to prepare it, but I don't get that too far in the weeds with it.
Gotcha.
all right, but people have to be hitting you up, right? I mean, when there's a holiday party, right, and you're sitting around with your buddies, and it's like, oh, you know what, we're going to do Memorial Day. I could have it at my place, but Mike, what are you doing? I mean, are you kind of the go-to
yeah.
place where people kind of congregate and eat?
Yeah, well, for sure. In the new studio, we now hold all family functions here, which is about pretty big family. My fiance's family is probably, when they're all together, about 30, 35.
Okay.
So for family, yeah. And of course, my DMs will fill up with questions from people that, want to do this or want to do that or want a suggestion for something. And I love that. I'm always happy to help somebody.
All right, so let's get into cooking. So and before we get to anything where actual cook, I got to ask this question: how the hell do you clean the grates on your grill? Because I swear to God, my immediately as soon as I start to cook, I get a new grill. I feel like the grill grates are all messed up. So do you have a tip for that?
The biggest thing is when you're done cooking the last time, close the lid down, shut it down. Don't try to clean them then. You're just going to mess up your grill brush with, food scum. Then when you're getting ready to cook the next time, make sure you do a good long preheat to warm that grate up, start to burn off what's on there, then get your grill brush and dig in and knock off everything that's on there. You're going to develop a little bit of patina over time, but just you want to get rid of those big chunks. That way you've got fresh grill surfaces for your proteins and whatever else you're cooking to touch.
So I've been doing it wrong for 57 years.
Decades.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I feel so shitty about that. All right. Before we get to meats, I generally don't eat meat. I don't share this too often because people make fun of me. Can we start with fruits and vegetables? What are some very easy fruits and vegetables like if you're just a starter person and you want to, your people are coming over, you want to do stuff fast, what's some very easy fruits and vegetables to cook on the grill?
Zucchini and squash on vegetable sides, so easy. They just take a couple minutes aside, olive oil, oregano, boom. You really can't screw it up. You can visually see when it's ready because it's going to take on some color and marks from the grills. On the fruit side, my favorite thing to do are those grilled bananas. They're basically an inside-out banana split. I just did a catering event at the Rose Music Center here about 20 minutes from me, and we cranked out almost 150 of those things for guests. You take a banana, you cut a slit in it, you put marshmallows in it, stuffed chocolate in it.
Wow.
You can put whatever else. I mean, you could put peanuts in it, you can put candy bars in it, chocolate chips in it. You grill it. Oh man, maybe 15 minutes. The peel's going to blacken, the inside's going to turn soft, and you basically just take a spoon and just scoop it right on out. It's amazing.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
So can you? I mean, I'm sure people have done this. Add a little ice cream on top of it, and
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my God,
Sky is the limit.
oh, and it sounds so easy. See, that's the
Oh,
thing.
it is.
I feel like, and one of the things I liked about your book was, I feel like a lot of the times I read stuff. Cooking stuff, it's stuff that I don't have. It's ingredients I'm never going to be able to find, and it's a skill that I just don't necessarily have. Like, it's just a little too hard to do. Like when I was looking at grilled avocados, I mean that just seemed so easy to do, and something that I had never thought of before.
Yeah, in fact, actually, I just did a recipe for Weber. They're avocados, but they're chicken fajitas. So you basically grill the chicken thighs, you do your vegetables, mix it all together. Then you take your avocado, grill it to give it some color, stuff it, put it back on the grill indirect so it acts like an oven. And it just cooks up and warms up, and it's super easy and
Wow.
relatively healthy.
Wow.
You're killing Ted right now.
Yeah,
I can
so
see
hungry.
the look in his eyes. It's so awesome. I love this, and I love that I had the power to do that to him. You actually did some stuff for Sports Illustrated a while back.
I did. Yeah.
That-
Two different issues. Yeah.
That is really cool. Now, I saw the one issue. Who's the guy on the cover of the? I couldn't figure it out.
I have to go back and look and see.
Okay.
One was a football player, and one was maybe a skater, Olympic time, maybe.
Yeah, the football player. I see. I knew that. I couldn't figure out who it was, but I knew the guy, and I'm just like, I know that guy. Yeah, but at first I thought I saw Mike's picture, but when I saw the picture on the cover, I'm like, wow, he is a really good looking guy. Wow, I mean, he could be. The first thing I thought of, he could be a pro athlete. Yeah, that was kind of cool. All right, some of the things that you do, and this kind of blew my mind too. Pizza on a grill.
Oh, yeah.
So are you putting the pizza? Are you putting it right onto the grill, or is there like a stone involved? What? How do you do that?
That's the cool thing about it. I mean, people these days spend quite a bit of money on dedicated pizza ovens, which are awesome in and of themselves. But you could either go the stone route and basically heat up that stone and grill a pizza on that. But the easiest way to do it is to grill the pizza directly on the grates. And all you do, you get your dough ready, you oil it up, put it on some wax paper. You then put the dough on the grates directly. And it's only going to take a minute or two. And basically, that one side of the dough is going to set up and get grill marks. You then take it off of the grill, put the uncooked side down on the wax paper, put your toppings on top of the cooked side, and then slide that back on the grill to finish heating and melting the cheese.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really pretty easy.
Is there anything when you're doing a pizza like that? Is there anything you wouldn't put on the pizza? I mean,
No, I mean, I'm an anchovy guy too. I mean, I would do about, I know, it's like saying pineapple.
oh, listen, I would eat pineapple. I love
I love
pineapple on
pineapple on
pizza.
pizza, yeah.
I've had one anchovy pizza, and honest to God, I still to this day, and this was 30 years ago, to this day, fathom how anyone could even enjoy that.
No, I love it. I'll even eat them right out of the tin. I mean, it's.
Wait, so are you, and I know I have noticed this on a lot of cooking things. Are you one of those guys that likes everything? Is there anything anything you just don't eat?
That's a good question. I mean, there probably is. But I don't seek it out, so I don't think about it.
So you
I mean, I didn't. For instance, growing up, I didn't eat lettuce at all, and I did not eat strawberries until I was in my 20s. It was texture issues.
yeah.
So there are things I'm sure, but I don't. I'm pretty adventurous.
Well, it makes me question, what wouldn't you put on a grill? Like what's like a bad idea to grill if that's a real thing? You
I
probably
was,
the
I
worst
was
thing I
honestly wondering about that.
yeah.
I mean, really, anything can be grilled, but sometimes it's not worth the effort for it, depending what you're doing.
Right.
The worst thing I ever grilled was a hog's stomach
Okay.
that was stuffed full of vegetables.
Oh,
my
sounds like
Yes,
sounds like
it
haggis. Sounds
sounds
like
as
haggis.
bad
Sounds like haggis.
as it is.
Okay.
Oh my
There was a
God.
name for it. I forget what it was. It was
Gross,
horrible.
disgusting,
Yeah.
and all.
It's just
That sounds
it's
like
just tough and just
that sounds like a European
it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that absolutely sounds like a
We
European
tried.
thing. Oh my God, that sounds so awful.
Procuring it was hard, and then all that work, I was like, it's
Yeah.
totally unnecessary.
Oh man,
Well,
that,
live and learn, right? So.
that does seem
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
that does seem really bad. Okay, so one of the things that I liked about your book is you paired all your food with beer. Are you a beer connoisseur?
I'm a beer guy. It's funny. Dayton. I'm down in Dayton, Southwest Ohio, and we first started brewing beer because we love beer, and there were zero breweries, nothing. This is going back 15, 18 years ago. And now there is every bit of, I don't know, 30, something like that in the greater area.
Sure.
So we stopped brewing beer because I'm like, I can get great beer down the road. I mean, which you could never do.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I do love beer. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's changed a lot. I don't pay as close attention to it as I used to. I just know what I like, and I gravitate those ways, usually based upon season. And there are certain breweries that I really like. So yeah.
Oh, see, and that's one of those things where I feel like if you go someplace and you want to, if I'm having people over, I kind of want to have a theme. And I like the concept in the book where if I were to grill 2 or 3 different things, I could have 2 or 3 different beers and kind of make it, this kind of fun thing. I mean, are you experimenting with this, or are people giving you ideas? Is that how you do it?
My problem is everyone right now either wants a lager, like a true like light lager, or they want an IPA.
Gross.
Nobody would want like a farmhouse ale or an imperial stout or a saison. None of that. So that's the problem that I run into. I don't even try. I'm like, bring what you want. And then usually, a lot of friends these days now are into wine and stuff and just, a little more off the beaten path.
Yep.
No, and that's funny because I'm the same way. Like this is my greatest time of the year for me. I go to I go to our giant liquor stores and I buy every Oktoberfest I can get my hands on, as much of it as I can carry, and then I'll just keep it down in the basement for all the times, and then I don't have to drink the triple IPAs and all those awful, just really, really awful things that just make me crazy. Oh,
yeah,
man.
we do a Oktoberfest beer tasting at home. Let's say like 2 weeks from now. We've been stockpiling already. We'll probably get about 20 different bottles and go through and rate everything. And I'm with you. In fact, I just grabbed a Pumpkin, which is still one of my favorites this time of year, out of the fridge for a little bit later.
Oh yeah, see, and that really is like we're gonna do something. I'll have some people over probably in a couple of weeks to watch a football game. As things go on, and we'll do a little grilling and have as many different Oktoberfests as possible.
So silly question, like, so what's the most people you ever grilled for, like in your private residence, coming over for like an event like Memorial Day or Labor Day or whatever? Like, what's the most people at any one point you've ever done some grilling for?
Yeah. For a party at home, probably about 35, 40 people
All right.
at home.
Yeah.
And then, but for catering stuff, which I do only for certain people, one off, the highest. Well, actually, I did 150, 200 people it was a week ago, about a week ago. And then I was up at Ace Hardware Corporate and did several events at the beginning of the year for a new private label line of rubs and sauces that came out.
Okay.
And we did a dinner for, I think, 30, and then we end up doing a bigger event for 150 people, but thankfully they have a in-house kitchen to help out with that because that's a lot for just me to do.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's small or big, and it's I love it.
Yeah,
all right, so let's get into the actual cooking stuff. And you just talked about it. Are you a rub or a marinade guy?
I'm a rub guy.
Oh man, I literally learned about this about 10 years ago. Absolutely the most amazing things that I have ever found when you're cooking anything. Favorite rub?
You'll laugh. My favorite rub is actually salt and pepper. Sometimes I just like to keep it simple and let the meat speak for itself. Now, if I actually want to get a rub, Malcolm Reed, who's a barbecue guy, has got a great rub for from his competitive team. I really like the new Ace stuff. It's called Loudmouth, and I did a lot of work with it in some recipe creation. I kind of been digging back into those. They've got a really nice, hot and sweet one that the kids like. I like it. So yeah, rubs are funny. Everyone's got one, it seems. I miss the art of making your own and going through and actually figuring out what you want, because the shelf life for rubs isn't forever. And if you've got 30 of them and takes you 5 to 6 years to go through them, they're going to lose their potency. You're really better off finding some ingredients that you like. And I used to always say, I'll do salt and pepper in a third. So I'll do salt, pepper, then I'll pick out something else that's bold that I can identify and put that in the mix. And that's going to be my rub, because I'm going to remember it. It may be cayenne, it may be paprika, it may be ground mustard. But it just makes it easy, and it's stuff that I always have on hand.
All right, so let's do the big meats are cow, pig, chicken, right? I mean, those are your 3 big ones. What's your favorite?
My all-time favorite beef is a ribeye steak. That is, nothing beats it. It's got great marbling. That fat brings flavor. You get a good sear on it. That brings flavor, and it's always my favorite. I mean, when I would get a new grill, I would always say I'm going to always have the maiden cook will always be a ribeye. And for the most part, I've held true to that.
Nice. All right. So what's the easiest? Let's just say there's somebody, here, I'll give an example.
Well, I'm going to ask, actually, I think that was linked to my question, if you don't mind. So I was going to say, as a complete amateur, I was going to say, if I had to cook for, like, say, 5 or 7 people and I have, like, no grilling experience at all, like what would you suggest to me as an amateur? Like what's like the fastest way I can make something good? Like say one main meat and a couple of side dishes that people would be, would be passable, to them.
You could do, I'd say one of two things. You could do a whole chicken, which sounds like Julia Child's Crazy Hard. It's not. And then two, you could do something like a pork loin.
Okay.
Yeah, which can be, especially if you put it with a sauce or something, it can be very flavorful. So it's easy to hit the temperature. And if you can do whatever new, no matter what you do, make sure you've got a really good instant read thermometer. That is going to make a world of difference for what you're making, and make sure you marks and everything's cooked properly and tastes good.
And then he's like inserting the thermometer into the meat to make sure it's like, so for example, pork has to be like 170, I believe. That's what you're
right. Pork's
to.
145, and then chicken be 165.
Okay.
And you could even come down from that a little bit too.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's great advice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, and one of the things I got from your book is the most important tool for a chef is a timer. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, it's timer and a thermometer. The timer's going to get you into the ballpark to know when you flip something and when it's going to be done. The thermometer makes sure you're absolutely right when it is done. So yes, those two things are ultimately what you need.
So I'm guessing that the biggest mistake people make is I'm going to guess probably overcooking than undercooking.
Yeah. And usually that's what it is. Although when I was young, I remember actually undercooking things like bigger cuts, because you think, why isn't this done yet? And then you realize, oh, it's still cooking. But you're right. I mean, more often than not, someone's probably going to murder a steak, murder a chicken breast, and then no one's like, this sucks. But if you get that thermometer to make sure it's done and the timer gets you where you start checking it, you're going to be golden every time.
Right.
Yeah, see, and I will tell you this.
I never thought of the thermometer angle. So.
My sister will laugh at this when she listens, but my dad was barbecuing all the time, and then we kind of had to stop him because he was just killing everything. Everything was like eating a piece of charcoal.
He went scorched earth on everything, literally.
Yeah. I mean, the chicken could have been. I mean, I don't even know at what point it stopped being edible, and we had to. And my favorite part of it was, and I'm sure you've done this before, right? People want to impress you. You're eating something and it's just not good at all. It's overcooked or undercooked, and you have to pretend that it's delicious. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have to. People are probably, as they eat, they probably look at Mike. What do you think? I mean, how many times have you had to do that?
Yeah, it happens. I'm really lucky too that most of my friends who I'm going to eat, they're actually really good cooks. It is anymore hitting that wall. I'm so lucky. I've not had too many bad examples of that, but I've experienced that before, and I know what you mean.
All right. So, what's the hardest meat to cook?
Probably a brisket. You're talking a very long cook. It's going to involve a number of different steps. Everything from number one, getting a quality piece of meat, making sure you trim it correctly, you season it correctly, you tint the smoker because you're going to go low and slow. So we're talking, between 225, 250 degrees Fahrenheit for anywhere from 8, 10, 12 hours, depending upon size. And then getting through what's called the stall, where you may have to wrap it, and then pulling it off and then making it rest for a couple hours after you're done. So it's done cooking. You're going to wrap it in a blanket and stick it in a cooler and still not touch it for 2 hours. So now you get the whole issue of trying to time when your food's going to be ready. Wow. So brisket is definitely, that is at the top.
All right. So, and I'm just thinking this now, Thanksgiving, people throw their turkeys in the oven all the time. Mm-hmm. How easy is it to actually grill a turkey?
Super easy. I mean, look at a grill. There's two ways you can do a turkey. You can do it whole, like the classic Norman Rockwell presentation, and that will work if your grill's big enough to hold it. The way I like to do it that's even faster and easier is what's called the spatchcock. You essentially remove the backbone of the turkey, and then you basically press it flat. So you're decreasing the surface area. And you could then cook it indirect, which is very manageable on your basic Weber 22-inch kettle, or even on a 4-burner gas grill to be safe. And it's just a real easy, forgiving way to cook a turkey, and it's faster than actually having to have the whole bird.
Okay, so that's it. And we might have missed it because you were jumping out there. Yeah. It's called spatchcocking, correct?
Yeah, spatchcock. Yes.
Okay. When I saw that in the book, I'm like, whatever this is, I have to do it once. I absolutely have to do it once. Yeah. Now, how is it hard to? I mean, it was one of those things. You take the backbone out. Is that something that's difficult?
No, it literally takes you like 15 seconds. A sharp pair of kitchen shears or a good knife just pops right out.
Oh, see, man, I got to be more. That's one of the things I want to do. I want to be more adventurous when I'm
Yeah,
cooking
Well, just more efficient.
and more efficient.
Yeah.
I mean,
completely.
yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
All right, so we're talking. I mean, I'm sure everybody right now is listening, and they're like, "Oh man, is he a propane guy? Is he a charcoal guy? Is he a wood guy?" That sounded weird when I said it,
Wood
and I
pellet,
didn't
wood
even
pellet,
mean.
wood pellet
I
guy.
didn't. I didn't like the way I was going with that. What's the best way to cook when you're cooking, or is there a best way?
I always say, what do you have at hand? If you're going to grill, it's what's in front of you. I mean, I love charcoal, but the other times I like the convenience of gas. So it just depends on what it is I'm trying to do and how fast I want to do it. You can't go wrong with either way, as long as you're outside grilling.
That's what that seems like the absolute. It seems like the absolute way to go with that. Breakfast on a grill.
Mm.
What are some? I mean, a lot of people won't wake up to do it, but can you cook eggs on a grill?
Uh, Almost every Weber grill now, you can buy a full size griddle insert. So let's say you've got a gas grill, you don't have a flat top, you can buy a full griddle insert and drop it in, and suddenly your gas grill's a griddle.
Hmm.
So all of a sudden, all the things that you couldn't normally do, like smash burger or eggs or hashes or crunch wraps, all totally possible on your grill. That said, if it's a small group, get a big cast iron skillet, put that on your grill grate. And now you've got the ability to make breakfast and do French toast and pancakes and things you would not normally be able to do outside. So yeah, it's totally doable. And breakfast outside is it's great.
Oh man, see, it's funny. I never think about it, but that seems like it would be a really fun. Like if you're on vacation with a bunch of people, somebody just somebody's got to get up early, right, and do it. But to have that breakfast on a grill, I don't know. There's something about I don't know that. And to me, I'm a charcoal guy, but there's something about that that early morning, that smell of the charcoal, that really makes you think. I mean, as soon as somebody gets their little charcoal chimney going, right, and it's just about ready to dump in there, you just start thinking, I know what to expect from this. I know the good things are going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plus you're getting all that mess out of the kitchen, I love bacon, but I don't like the splatter that goes
No.
everywhere. So
No.
what better way than to take it outside and deal with it there?
Yep.
Ooh, that's an actually really interesting idea. Yeah, the mess to me.
Bacon's messy.
Yeah, I don't ever clean up, so
Yeah.
it's a whole different thing. But all right, all right. So, do you cook with hot peppers or do you cook hot peppers? Is that a thing?
I mean, I'll cook with peppers. I like chipotles a lot, but they're already cooked. Usually, I add them into sauces and things like that. It's probably one of the greatest hacks I learned from a Bobby Flay cookbook like 20 years ago. You got a can of chipotles and adobo sauce at the grocery store, puree it in your blender or food processor. Then just take a little bit out of that and add it to, let's say, sour cream to mix up some sour cream, or use sour cream mayo, chipotle, lime juice, salt, and make your own dipping sauce for something. It's just a fun way of adding flavor to things that don't normally have that kind of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So on your website, what is it? Oh man, I'm trying to find it. The Another Pint, Please.
Mhm.
I was looking at that. Do you have some of those sauces on there? Because what you just said right there, I've never done, but that sounds delicious.
Actually, yeah, the corn ribs have a sauce with that in it that I just posted a couple weeks ago. So yeah, it's right there.
Oh, and I did see that post. It's a just watching you dip it in there actually makes me pretty darn hungry. All right, let's do this. Smoking without a smoker. Let's just say I have, and probably most people don't have a smoker at their house, and you want to try to do a little smoking. What's the easiest way to do it?
Take a section of aluminum foil, take some wood chips that you soaked for maybe an hour or so, wrap it into the foil packet, put some holes in the foil packet, and then put that directly over a lit burner on your gas grill or even your charcoal grill. And then after some time, it'll start producing smoke, and then it's time to cook.
Oh,
Clever. Yeah.
You know what? I just like that. I've been to some places where some of my buddies are good. They're actually better grillers than me. I would never admit that, by the way. Anybody who listens to this that is a friend of mine, I'm lying and it's not you. So just so you know. But yeah, that seems like that extra little smoke thing really makes a difference. Does it have to be on there for a long time, or can it be on there for too long?
No, it takes a little bit to get it going, but once it's going, you're fine. It'll probably burn out before you're concerned about it. It's not going to have any off flavors or anything. And even if you're on a charcoal grill, outside of putting a wood chunk directly on the coals, a lot of folks too, and I've done it myself, just take a wood chunk and put it on the grate over the coals, and that's also going to slowly smolder as well and add a whole different dimension to what it is you're cooking.
Do I need special? Can I just like if somebody's cutting down their tree, can I just grab that and put it on there, or do I want special kind of?
If it's fresh, you're gonna make sure it's dried out and everything and cut up. So you could do it because it takes some time. I wouldn't put green wood on there necessarily. Sometimes it's easier to spend, $4 or $5 and buy a bag at their big box store at a Ace or True Value and go from there.
All right, I like that a lot. All right, so let's go seafood. Everybody, we got to get everything. What's some of the easiest seafood to cook, and what's some of the hardest?
Well, the easiest would be going back to planking like a plank salmon. It's not going to stick to the grates. It's very forgiving. It's easy. It's super good. So, and I always say if you're kind of looking to get into seafood for the first time, that's probably a good one. Past that, if you want to actually put a fillet on the grill, think of a more of an oily fish, like swordfish, halibut, things like that usually go pretty well, and you can flip them without any problem. When you're doing a fish on the grill, you want to make sure, number one, your grill's hot, you had a good preheat, your grates are clean, and you've also oiled your food. Fish tends to release from, really any protein. It'll release from the grate when you've got that sear and that char on there. So if you ever finally go to flip like a fillet of fish of some sort, not the sandwich, you you give it a little bit of a pull. If you get some resistance, give it another minute, and eventually it should release. Not always perfect, but 9 out of 10 times, that's usually the key to success.
All right, I feel like you know what? I feel like I messed that up a lot.
Yeah, seafood would seem really tough, but like I said, without the preparation, like you mentioned, it would just stick and just fall through the grate. Like usually when I grilled something back in the day, it sticks. You try to turn it over too early.
So I'm guessing with seafood, we're not going to use a thermometer. That's going to be a time thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, time and visual. It turns opaque, it begins to flake, and then you're in the ballpark.
Oh man, I love that. I love that concept. All right, I saw on one of your posts you were using your charcoal chimney. Is that what we're calling that thing? Okay.
Yeah.
You had some white pellets that you started on fire first, and then you put the charcoal chimney on top of that. What were those white pellets?
They're just a little porcelain, not porcelain, wax cubes is all they are, wax fire starters. So you just basically put them down there. They light right away. They burn all the way out. No off-putting flavors like using lighter fluid. Just a super easy way of getting your chimney going.
All right, so where do I get something like that? Because that blew my. I'm looking at that. I'm like, is he starting sugar cubes on fire? And how did I not know that I could burn everything with sugar cubes?
Yeah, no, Weber sells them. They're available everywhere. Yeah, they come in a small little rectangular box. I forget how many are in there, but yeah, I use them all the time. Super easy.
Oh man, see, you know what? There's so many things that I don't understand that I wish I did. All right, so let's go tailgating. It's football season. Let's just say you're doing a tailgate. You want to do this as fast and easy as possible because when you talk about one beer grilling, you don't want to be standing there grilling all the time while everybody's having fun, and you don't want to be wasting your time cooking while everybody else is enjoying themselves. So if I'm going to tailgate, what are some things that I want to put together so that I can do a little bit beforehand, do very little when I'm there, and everybody's going to eat and have fun?
I like to do pre-made meatballs for doing barbecue meatballs. So basically grill them. Once they're cooked, put them into either a foil pan with some sauce, then keep them warm, or even if you got the luxury of a crock pot, use that, but probably don't. Do that, and then wings. Prep them ahead of time, get them all cut up, get them seasoned. That way you get there, it's a hot and fast cook, direct heat, and then you can, what if you bring them in a disposable Ziploc bag, when you're done with that, throw it away. And then you've got minimal mess as well to clean up after.
Oh man, you see that? That's where I'm thinking that is genius, and I like the concept of one hand for the wings and one hand for the beer.
Yeah, that's right. Got to keep one hand's got to be free. I always break my wings down.
Oh, all right. So I had a wing the other day, and it was this giant. It was just too much. It was way too big, and the only way I could eat it was with two hands, and I chose not to eat it.
See, there you go.
Yeah, and I think it was good.
A chicken wing?
Yeah, it was, but it was. I don't know what is it when everything's on there. What would you call that?
It actually be the whole wing. I mean, I like to separate it, remove the wing tip, the flat, and then the wingette. That way, it looks like a little mini drumstick or drum. I'm sorry, wingette, drumette, flat, wingtip. Yeah, it's those three different sections, the three joints of the actual chicken wing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the wingtip, you're not going to eat it anyways. You can use it for stocks later on down the road, but you can eat a drumette and you can eat a flat with one hand.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was absolutely it was one of the I don't like so I don't like eating with two hands. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my glass or my beer. I don't want to get it all messed up. I know that's a
You ever
weird.
try chopsticks?
Oh, I speaking my language. I totally get it.
Oh my god! All right, so as we're going through this, one of the things, what's a mistake? What's the most common mistake that people make when they're grilling? Easiest thing to fix.
Especially if you're using, well, any grill, charcoal or otherwise, keep the lid down. That's going to help your cooking process because then you're dealing with not only the radiant heat coming from the grill, but you're also now dealing with convection and everything else. So keep the lid down as you're actually going to flip something over.
Yeah, it's funny because I've seen so many people grill, and I've never seen the lid down. It's always like an open grill. So that's an interesting tip because most people, amateurs I see, don't do anything you're describing, which is interesting. So,
all right. So you were a
Yeah,
police officer. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, if it's a really short cook, like you're going to blast something, sure, you could leave the lid off, but it's going to help control temperature, reduce flare-ups, and all sorts of things. So yeah, keep the lid down.
okay.
All right. So you were a police officer for 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were obviously called to, and I don't want to bring up any negative things, but you were obviously called to some backyard functions that went wrong. When you got there and you saw someone improperly grilling, was it a warning or a ticket? How did you deal with what you saw?
Always a warning. You got to kind of coach it into them, First time's free.
Okay, but if if you went back a second time, I mean, you had to write them up, right? I mean, there has to be some sort of penalty for that.
We have progressive discipline, of course. You can't just simply let it go.
Or
You
just
got to follow through. Why am I here again?
Or you just
Those wings are not done.
Or you just relieve the grill master of his his or her duties, and you take over and you show him how it's done, and you say, let's give him some.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever seen a friend just making an epic mistake and you had to step in? Whoop. Oh man, I think. Oh no, this is it. This is where he was going to really.
He's going to tell us everything.
He was going to hammer one of his friends.
Yeah.
And we lost him.
Oh, is he
Oh,
going?
hold on a second. Let's see if we can.
Okay.
Let's see if we can refresh this. Oh, is that the most depressing thing you've ever
He
seen?
looks like he wants to say something so bad, and we can't hear him because he's
man.
frozen in time.
He is absolutely frozen in time, man. Oh,
He's like a mosquito in amber.
oh, this is the worst. I don't know. I have no idea. How do you even fix that? He's about to. So Mike
Reveal
was
some secrets.
Mike was about to reveal a secret
Yeah.
of someone very close to him that he had to step in for. And yep, let's see if he comes back. 'Cause, Teddy, you don't ever grill, do you?
I grilled one time years ago. I actually bought a grill from Costco, and it was like $1,000 grill, and I think I used it a few times. This is like years ago, and then finally, I think we just put it in the alley. One of the burners stopped working, or we gave it. I think we just gave it away to somebody who needed a grill. But yeah, it was like you could put the propane tank underneath, So so it wasn't charcoal. And yeah, we did some grilling in the yard. Yeah, but it was like the steel grill. We put a cover on it. I think we'd either wheel it in the garage in the wintertime or, just to put it away.
Yeah. We started out with charcoal, and then we had a gas grill, and then it just started shooting flames out of the handles.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, I don't know.
I know propane's more dangerous, though, because we actually had claims at work where people, amateurs, there's like a communal grill at, let's say, an apartment complex, and some idiot doesn't turn it on right, and it explodes, and they're basically they're the charcoal briquette. Yeah, so I would actually I'd probably like charcoal better because even though it's more labor intensive, it's kind of cool when you put the kerosene on it and it gets white hot and you get the flame going, and so I prefer that versus propane, personally. So.
Yeah, but you never cook.
No, but if I did, I would. Now that I'm kind of inspired to, if I did that again, I saw he had those Weber grills in the background there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So
he's got all. I mean, he literally has. I mean, so many different things. It's incredible, absolutely incredible.
And I like the planking. I never thought about that. that you can put stuff on. Like for example, I've ordered salmon shrimp or salmon plank in the restaurants.
Yeah.
I just thought that was the brand of the. I didn't realize that was the cooking method. I thought that was like the brand of the
Yeah,
type of
I
salmon.
didn't, you know what? I
had
didn't
no concept
realize.
of it,
I did not realize how easy it is. So it's literally as simple as get cooking grade planking of whatever it is.
Yeah.
I guess you wet it down.
Yeah, it's not like a cutting board, right? It looks similar to a cutting. It's got to look like a cutting board. Right?
I don't even know if you can reuse it. I don't know if it's something you can use
I don't know.
over and over again. I didn't quite get that part, but the idea is you get that, you wet it down, you put it down, you get the one side hot, flip it over, and then put whatever you're
put
gonna
your fish on the side that was and then you would flip, and then you would actually flip it on the part that was hot already, right? So you flip it over, yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, that was the thing that blew my mind. So as I'm always looking for guests and doing all this stuff, and when I'm looking at the reviews for the book, because if you have somebody on, you want to see what the reviews are, right?
Right.
I mean, if it's like worst thing ever, but that was the thing that got me. The planked mashed potatoes changed my life.
Yeah. So so
that's a big statement.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really good though.
Yeah, so
I like scallop potatoes too. That's not bad either.
I do not like scallop.
Yeah.
I do not like au gratin. Yeah, there's something really weird about that. Yeah. Oh man. Hopefully Mike. Are you back?
I see him.
I'm back.
All right.
Oh no, he was back for just a split second.
No.
Oh man, you know what? I want to blame my internet. I feel like it's a me thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you're just have to email him with your deepest apologies later on.
Yeah.
But we did get a lot of information from him. Assuming he doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Come back
And just some of the things. I mean, if you're looking for this book, all right, and it's a great book. I think it's like I want to say it's like $22. Mm-hmm. It's easy if you go to Another Pint Please online, or you go to Mike Lang Another Pint Please on Instagram or TikTok. You're going to find this, and one of the things that blew my mind was things like Hasselback potatoes.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so you take a potato, you don't cut it, you cut a bunch of slices in it, but you don't cut it all the way through.
Right.
So it's kind of like an accordion. Imagine an accordion.
Yeah, you just cut it like halfway.
And then cook that.
Yeah, okay. With the skin on.
Yeah, and you put stuff inside each of the slats.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely amazing.
And you put it directly on the grill?
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Twice baked sweet potatoes. Twice baked
so good.
sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that before.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Grilled pineapple salsa. These are just some of the things that are in there, and it's so easy to do. And you're just like, man, I have to be more creative. Yeah. And when you find something like this, and again, one of the things that got me, again, as I look through all these books and I look through all those things, easy, no crazy ingredients. I mean, just simple things to do and just super straightforward
like you
with
said,
the direction.
The salt and pepper rub.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
Salt and pepper. I mean, you can't go wrong with salt and pepper. Right. Mike, are you back?
I think so.
All right.
Okay,
All right. Sorry about that.
All right. I noticed that as soon as I tried to throw you under the bus, it went back. So I'm not.
It probably was me.
All right. We were just kind of going through some of the really cool things. A Hasselback potato and grilled pineapple salsa. If you were going to tell people some of the things, the easiest things to do to get started, and this is what I'm thinking. My daughter just bought a house. Her and her husband, I'm sure they have a grill. It's probably one of the things that somebody gave them. If they were going to have a party, absolutely easiest, simplest thing to do to start if you don't have a lot of skill and you don't have a lot of time.
If you're gonna for entertaining other people, you think?
Just for entertaining, you're gonna spend a day. People are gonna be there. They're gonna be out at the pool. They're gonna be swimming. They're gonna be throwing frisbees around. That's just what I imagine people do at fun times.
Yeah,
having a few beers. What's something that you can keep going? Things that you can just have on there to make it as simple as possible.
Yeah, I'd beer brats. It's so easy. Once again, you keep these word forgiving because it is. You're gonna sear them over the grate, then put them in a big foil pan full of beer, and then pull them out when you want them. It's going to help keep them tender. They're just delicious. It's easy. It's super easy. And once again, with a thermometer, you can't overcook them. And who doesn't like a good sausage?
No, that's really good.
I can't make that comment. That's you're just making it, Mike. You're making it too easy for me to say the things that I'm not supposed to.
I was putting it out
there
for you.
All right. Here's what I know. And I'm going to find this on here, that you are busy next weekend. Next weekend if you are in Northeast Ohio, you will be at the Hartsville Hardware Grill Fest, and it's their 10th annual.
Yeah, it's a 10th anniversary of the Grill Fest. It's an amazing. It's the largest freestanding hardware store in the state of Ohio. And they have an annual grill fest, which is full of barbecue competitions, a mystery box competition. And then I'll be one of 4 other barbecue grilling folks, including Diva Q, Danielle, and Captain Ron from Florida. And then also Matt Frampton, another pitmaster, doing different live demonstrations during the day. I'll be representing Weber, and it's a blast. And the weather should be fantastic.
Great.
Are there a lot of, you said Danielle, are there a lot of women that are barbecuists
Or grill master, so to
Grill
speak.
master.
There surprisingly are. A group of them actually just they were 2 full women teams at an event down in Key West, Florida a few weeks ago.
That is awesome. No, and you don't mind. Let
it's
me
great.
ask you this: you don't mind? because when people go to these things, they know you got a book. They know you got another pint, please. They've seen everything that you're doing. They're going to ask you a million questions. You're totally okay with that, right?
Oh yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's something I'm passionate about, and who doesn't like to talk about things that they're passionate about?
Sure.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm trying to think. I want to get really good at something. I just don't know what it is
Well,
yet.
so far it's not podcasting, so you got to move on to something else. Gotcha on that.
Oh boy, and Mike, this is kind of great. You're Ted's last show. Yeah, so we'll have him replaced.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a chimp.
I'm going to be Wally Pipped. Okay.
Well, Wally Pipp was replaced by somebody better than him, right?
It's just Lou Gehrig. I mean, he didn't really have much of a career, if you really look at it.
I feel like you could be Lou Gehrig, and I would replace you with Wally Pipp. I really do. Mike, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I feel like you could talk grilling. Every day. It's so neat. I wish you all the best. If you need Mike's book, and I'll tell you right now, you do. It's One Bear Grilling. You can get it at Another Pint, Please. So go ahead and visit there. It's available pretty much. I know it's available on Amazon because that's where I found it first.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks so much for being on, and good luck with what you got going on.
Yeah, thank you both for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I had an absolute great time. So thanks and cheers.
All right.
Cheers. Thanks,
Cheers.
Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Be well.
Yep, see you guys.
Yeah, take care.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was very informative.
grilling is just
Yeah.
there's just
so many nuances to it too. So when you think of grilling as an amateur, you're just like, you're just going to throw hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill, and some
be better
chicken,
than
some
that.
chicken breast.
Yeah,
Or,
do the banana thing.
yeah.
Dude,
So
I'm telling
it's
you right
still in
now.
the- so it's still in the peel, and you just split open the banana and you don't put it on tinfoil, right? You just put it directly
right
onto
on
the.
Dude, I'm telling you, the book is amazing.
Yeah.
It's you can do. I would tell you right now. I mean, let's be honest. A regular person could do 95% of the things on this book.
Right.
That are in this book, and
Yeah.
it's pretty simple. And you got to try the planking. It just
Yeah.
seems so insanely easy.
It's just knowledge. I mean, it's just like the tools are available. You just have to know how to put it all together. So you told us a lot of stuff that I just had no concept of.
Well, you never cook,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, but you found out stuff that even you didn't know about.
Dude, I tell you, a couple of things that really blew my mind was the grilled avocado.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds really good.
That blew my mind when I in the book. I mean, the again, I love pineapple, so the grilled pineapple
I love
salsa.
pineapple,
I mean,
yeah.
some of these things, he had grilled nachos.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
I mean, you're taking nachos, which everybody loves,
sure.
and you're grilling it, which makes it absolutely better.
Yeah.
Beer cheese. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, I want to ask him about like weird meat to cook. Like I don't know, like rabbit and stuff.
Well, you mentioned the beer brats. So he says you grill the brat and then you soak it in beer.
yeah,
Like
you just finish it up in beer.
finish it up in beer. Okay, and then do you put it back on the grill though?
I guess maybe to heat it up, but I mean, it's already nice and that's the beauty of it, right? There's so many different ways to do things.
Yeah, so it's like room temperature beer. So like, say you have a little pan with room temperature beer. And
No,
so
no,
you
no,
grill,
no. The pan of beer is on the grill.
Oh, on the
so
grill.
It's warm.
So it's actually just
yeah,
resting.
so you're kind of
yeah,
you're
gotcha.
kind of parboiling or just finishing it up.
Right.
in the beer to cook it all the way through.
Yeah, so it's like a hot dog. You're just keeping it in the
Right.
warm water, and then you can just pluck it out there with
Yeah.
tongs and put. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen people do it with hamburgers.
Oh, yeah.
Where you'll have a little tinfoil tray with some beef broth in it, right? And as you finish up the hamburgers, you don't want to overcook them,
Right.
So you throw them in the
and
broth.
it keeps it juicy.
Keeps it juicy.
You just want to dry it out.
Keeps
That's
it
the main
warm,
thing,
right? Yeah. And then when somebody wants it, I mean, if it's not hot, you could just throw it on there for a minute.
Yeah.
Bam, throw
but
it.
But it's so juicy at that point because
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a small tip that nobody would really think about. So.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, man, grilling it's one of those things, and that's why I was excited with Mike's book. And it was funny because it was one bear grilling, and then he said there are some things where you'll slow cook it, and you'll be able to have a few more bears.
So it's like there's 6-minute abs and there's like 4-minute abs. 4-minute abs. Okay, so
Well, the funniest thing I thought of is that I was going to tell Mike, I'm like, you have no idea how fast I drink a beer. I'm like,
Yeah.
one beer grilling.
Or
I mean,
what
it's
if you're like what if Wade Boggs was at your party? I mean, he'd go through 12 beers in like about 10 minutes.
Jesus
Or Andre the Giant didn't say Andre the Giant drank like a
Well,
case
he-
of beer
Yeah.
in like.
But this isn't grilling for people with alcoholism. Okay, so this is grilling for people who want to enjoy
or just have a high
themselves.
tolerance.
Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing I'm thinking this kind of book would be the perfect thing to give somebody who's just moving into a house, just getting their first grill,
Yeah.
Just starting out.
I think you know somebody like that.
I absolutely know somebody like that. So yeah, and it's just so easy, again, so easy to do.
Yeah.
Right? And when you get on his website, I was looking at, oh man, I got so many things here. But when you get on his website, Another Pint Please, there's a ton of recipes and stuff. That Wildwood Grilling that he endorses with the planks, where you can buy the planks and buy the stuff.
Right.
Tons of recipes and things that you can do with the actual planking. And again, I've grilled my entire life, never did it.
Yeah. And like when he said pork loin, I didn't think that was when he said, so what's an easy meat to grill? He mentioned pork loin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you can indirect heat it.
Yeah.
You just wait for it to get hot enough. You can always
Yeah.
move it a little bit closer. You put the thermometer in. But yeah, like you said, the thermometer and the timer are the two
Yeah,
most
I
important
never even thought
things.
of the thermometer. Like, actually, I mean, I know that's a thing, but like, how many people do you see actually have a thermometer sticking it into the meat?
But that's the biggest mistake I think people make, right?
Timer
Because
you're just eyeballing it. You're just guessing.
right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, how many times? I mean, you don't cook a lot, but I know that I've undercooked burgers.
Yeah.
I've overcooked chicken.
Yeah.
I've done all these things just because I don't have that. I just didn't take that extra little time.
Yeah.
To do it right.
Or just keep the lid on, like you said, because most of the grilling I see,
I do that.
it's open, because you think, because you can see it, right? Because you don't want to not see it, because you think if I close the lid and walk away, I'm going to open it up, it's going to be a burnt charcoal briquette in there.
Yeah,
It's gonna
what
be
my
burnt.
dad used to do.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it was so funny.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
He needed a timer and a thermometer.
it was one of those things where as we would go over to my dad's house, and my sister will verify this the next time she's on. Oh man, he was just turning everything into a charcoal briquette. Yeah, and you get to the point where you're like, oh, I'll do it. And I mean, what do you think a man says when another man tries to take his grill?
Oh, that's like very territorial. That's like taking his TV remote control away
That is, you know what?
and saying, I'm going to turn off the NFL playoff game and watch, Heidi or Lassie or something. Or Dances with Wolves.
Hey, you know that Kevin Costner, he's underrated. Let's just go ahead.
I know it's going on in the fourth quarter and it's all tied up, but you know what? Let's just skip this. Let's go to something more, let's watch The English Patient.
Yeah, I mean, taking another man's grill. I mean, taking it over. That's just wrong.
It's like taking his, it's like emasculating him.
It is. It is. And the funny thing is when we've all probably been there, right? We've all probably hung out with the guy at the grill, and we all have an opinion. And you're just like, oh man, those are overcooked, man. Come on.
But the funny thing, like the few outdoor cookouts I've been to, the people who do the grilling are very proud of it. They're very because it's hard work, and I've done it before on a small basis.
Oh yeah, if
but,
somebody takes over,
but
they
the
want
guy
to do
they
it.
want to do it, and they want, and so if you tried to relieve them of duty, they don't want to give up that post. That's their thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like being in charge of the parade or
Yeah.
I don't know whatever it is that people are in charge of. 'cause-
Charge of the HOA.
yeah, yeah. Oh man,
We'll get started on that.
dude, that is. I tell you right now that's got to be the funniest thing.
Yeah.
That people in
There's
charge
some
of the
crazy- there's
HOA.
some
But,
crazy-
but when you're in charge of something, you don't want anybody to second guess you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And grilling is it's so weird. It's such a manly thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like you're kind of in charge of people's food source, and the quality
You're
of
the
the
head
food.
caveman.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, you pick out which dinosaur to kill.
Yeah.
Right? You kill that dinosaur, and then you get to.
Well, it's like you're playing God. You get to play God on a lighter note, on a lighter scale for the 2 hours you're out there. You got the smock or the apron on.
I would.
Got the chef hat that says chef on it. So.
Do I think I'm God? I am God.
Exactly. You're the center of attention.
You are.
In a way, you're not. In a way, you are. Because in a way, sometimes they don't pay attention to you until they need the food. Then they have to come to see you. You're like the gatekeeper.
So that's the way to be the most important person at a party.
Yeah. You're hungry, and you have to kiss the ring in order to get that food.
So, I would remember when we were in college, we would go to these parties, and we would become the keg master. Yeah, and we all of a sudden we'd be there, and we
You
just
have a
like,
title.
and,
Now you have a title.
and you would be in charge. Like nobody else could pump the keg, nobody else could pour it.
Yep.
You made them put their cups there,
Yeah.
and you poured it in there.
Exactly.
And your buddy was just like, "Yeah, we got this. Oh, it's time to change the keg, and you got to do all this stuff." And everybody was like, they came to you, and they'd wave to you, and you'd be like, "Yeah, give me that cup. Yeah, screw this
it was
guy."
like it's like you were in charge of life and death, because without you, that person would not get a beer.
The keg. So that's it. That's the two most important things in your life.
Psychology, yeah.
The keg and the grill.
And the grill.
That's it.
It's all about control.
Oh man, you know what? I never thought you could sum your whole world up into those two things.
We just summed it up.
The
and
cake.
the TV remote on a lesser note.
That is such a lesser note,
Yeah.
Ted. I mean, honestly, I don't really care what's on TV because you know what?
Well, you got 3 TVs going at the same time, so what's the difference?
Yeah, there's TVs everywhere. The keg and the grill.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And you're the gatekeeper.
Wow. You know what? I'm from here on out. I'm living my life with the keg and the grill. Oh man, Ted, you're a genius.
So next time you're out grilling in your yard for multiple people, if somebody walked up to you and took the spatula or the tongs
I
out
just
of your
stab
hand-
them right in the heart.
Exactly.
I just take the knife out. I take that knife, that sharp. I'm going to have a knife on me. I'm going to crocodile
It's going to
Dundee.
be in your boot.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it out, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my beer, man. What? I thought it was my beer. No, it's my beer. Yeah.
They could pry that spatula out of your cold dead hands.
Oh my God. Oh man.
So on a lighter note,
Oh, okay.
I'm a little disconcerted about this. Sean P. Daddy Puffy Combs, whatever,
What?
was apparently indicted in New York for multiple sex trafficking violations, was actually arrested today. Yeah. So he's in custody, and basically they're saying that he had sex-fueled parties that went on for days, where the people who were, I guess, in the party had to be given IV drips to keep them going. So now, mind you, this happened in 2008, but unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be a statute of limitations on this. So
No, I think sexually assaulting people has no statute of limitations. You know what I would say to that? You know what I say to that? If his parties instead just had a little bit of beer
yeah,
and a little bit of grilling.
yeah,
And then
it'd
what
be
if the
fine.
sex stuff was the third thing,
yeah,
right?
on a voluntary basis.
On a voluntary basis. Here's what I'm going to do. This is it, Ted. We can make every party perfect. Okay. So number one, let the griller grill.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, bring the beer that you like. If you're bringing beer,
BYOB.
right. And number 3, don't force anyone to have sex with you at a party.
Right.
And just be cool about it, man.
Well, I'm sure he'll be seeing R. Kelly pretty soon. So.
Wait, hold on. And you have to say you forgot to say all these words, Ted. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right?
Yeah. Well, it's alleged. It hasn't been proven yet. So
No, nothing has been proven. Even though like 10 women have come forward and said
15.
That,
I don't know.
yeah, it's terrible. All right, I don't want to get off into sex parties. No, I mean I want to finish this up, and then if we can get off into sex
so we
parties,
could,
that'd be
please.
fine by
I'm,
me.
I'm done with that. Dad. I just thought, I just wanted to know if you want to start the GoFundMe page for P. Diddy or should I do it?
You know what? I've never given anything. Have you ever given anything to GoFundMe? You have.
I
my
think-
God, you did.
I think a long time ago, but then you realize they take 20%. They take 20%. That's
so
how
why
they
don't
make
we?
money.
Why don't we start?
Yeah.
Why don't we have a GoFundMe thing?
Yeah. It's called
I mean
it's called
like
a podcast.
Why don't we? No. Why don't we start the company that does that?
Yeah.
Because 20%. I mean, I would take 10.
Yeah. Just make it 5.
Let's not go crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not go.
We'll call
crazy.
it GoFundMe.
Oh man! All right, Teddy. Let's finish this up because I feel like you're going to take this into a weird place, and Mark is not here to stop you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would stop you.
All I could say is right now, my final thought is, I'm really hungry after hearing all that talk.
I don't honestly believe the only thing you've had today was.
I did. I had a piece of salmon today that was pre-cooked, and
Was it planked?
It might have been at one point, but not when I ate
So it's just
it.
garbage salmon. You had garbage salmon.
I had a nice piece of seasoned salmon, but it was pre-cooked and it was cold when I ate it, and definitely wasn't grilled. So,
Oh my god!
and I'm really hungry right now. So,
You make everything sound terrible. Okay,
know.
so I'll finish it up like this. I'm going to keep you guys appraised of Ted going to the actual gym, and I know if you have listened on a regular basis, you know that there is zero chance that by the time we do our show next week, Ted will have gone to the gym even one time, but he will probably have had many pre and post workout supplements,
which
I
defeats
guarantee.
the whole purpose of the pre-workout supplement.
Ted, I
Because
know.
you need the workout.
Yeah, I know what's going to
Another
happen.
workout supplement.
I know exactly what's going to happen. You and I both know.
No, I'm serious. Once I start, it's going to be 3 times a week. I'm going to have a little. I'm going to be that guy with a little journal. I'm going to write stuff in the journal. Yeah, I'm going to be that guy, and just track my progress.
There is no one on this
It's
planet.
going to be like a diary. I'm going to write down the date. I'm going to write down the
Ted.
sets, the reps, the exercises, and just see if I can make incremental progress over a period of time.
You realize that almost 90,000 people a week listen to this. So if 90,000 people, so let's say 89,999 people listen to this week, that not one of them, and I don't care if they're brand new to the show, is going to think that you are going to, number one, start working out, number two, start writing it down.
Well, right now, if I don't do it, I look like a fool, right?
You might look like an idiot. You might look like an idiot.
I think a fool's worse, right? Have you ever been called a fool?
I think an idiot's way.
Wait, we'll get in that discussion later. Is it worse to be called a fool or an idiot?
It's way, Ted.
Because a fool implies you were just fooled.
Yeah, an idiot implies that you're making an effort to do this. Yeah.
No, an idiot implies it's not your fault.
What?
That's just the hand you were dealt.
So we were dealt this hand. Wait, 138 times we were dealt this hand.
I see a pattern developing.
I see a definite pattern developing. All right, so here's what we hope. We hope Mark feels better. We didn't really mention him. He wasn't here, but we'll wait to the end.
Yeah.
Mark, we hope you feel better. If you don't make it, there's a couple of pairs of shoes that I would like.
Do you want your wedges back?
Yeah,
your
yeah.
three wood.
And there's a couple of clubs that I think I should get.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that if you haven't written up anything, maybe formally just do it right now.
Yeah.
Let's formally do it right now.
It'll
Like
go
some
to,
of the
it'll,
things.
it'll go to probate anyway. We'll contest. We'll contest all his assets.
Yeah. And Ted doesn't need anything nor want anything unless you have some workout supplements. Yeah, some extra leftover workout supplements. Because I know Mark works out. So you're the only one that in the crew that doesn't.
I know. Yeah. I just realized that.
Yeah.
I feel alone. So,
But it's okay. We
catch up.
don't make fun of you.
yeah, as far as I know.
A lot. Yeah. All right. Keep listening. It was great to have Mike on. Man, what a
Yeah, very informative.
God,
yeah.
that was awesome.
Super cool dude.
We've got some really cool guests coming up, and hopefully next week, Mark will be here. And keep listening, keep following us, and tell everybody that you know about the show. And hey, we'll see everybody next week.